Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kakadash, the honors to the apostle and the elders who have spread the truth out the four corners. Any last days, I'm here with another Can't Be lesson. Let's get it. Fair use of copyright laws allows for limited use of copyrighted material without permission for purposes like criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research. It is a legal doctrine that balances copyright holders' right with the public's need for access and freedom of expression.
At least some corporations and governments will be able to systematically hack all the people. We humans should get used to the idea that we are no longer mysterious souls. We are now hackable animals.
The future of mind control, and the future being right now because these experiments are being done, is using gene editing tools.
I can create small robotic units at the nanoscale, can directly diffuse into the brain space, but their presence is almost impossible to detect. This amount of nanomaterial could, in fact, affect all of you. Read from the living brain and right into the living brain.
There's a mysterious direct energy weapon that is being used, and it is causing permanent traumatic brain injury.
We have to get more information, and we got to tell the public what's going on.
The government has to acknowledge that this is happening to civilians.
It's almost that science fact seems stranger than fiction.
We can send instructions and information to an actual person from a distance with this kind of technology to let another person control their actions. But that could be something that could be malicious.
Obadiah, verse 3 and down. The pride of thine heart had deceived thee. And that's these elites, these people that's running this earth, the elites, all these mad scientists, crazy people. Can't even say their names no more. Will Cates. He got to speak in code and acronyms because the grid, the algorithm, all this is their technology. Though they are dwellers in the clefts of the rocks because they was known as the cavemen. That's why you see a lot of these rich elite people, they like to be in high, like presidential suite. They like to be at the top of the top building, townhouses, 50th, 60th floor, whose habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Because basically they didn't have all this full dominion. This is their blessing as well. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's like, bro, you gotta understand, Esau got a blessing though. He didn't get the everlasting covenant, but he got a blessing. His sword, his, you know what I'm saying? So he has the power, the influence, media. He has all that. So he going to use his blessing as far as in what's about to happen here on this earth. I feel like I want to name this lesson war against machine, man against, I don't know, but something with machines and war because this is part of his weapon, his blessing. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, because what's that eagle is the pride bird, and that's what they put on. That's what America represents, the pride, the bird, the eagle, they fly high. It fly high, but also known that they have NASA, you know what I'm saying, the space programs and stuff. So they always studying and observing, and this is their blessing. This is their dominion right now. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thyself nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, because that nest is like the space stations. They got NASA and all this stuff. So they always in a high place looking down through lenses and looking, observing, and all throughout that video, you're able to see like this stuff that we used to see in shows and movies 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago. They using it, and they definitely about to unleash a lot of this stuff in these end times. It's an end time headline. Russian warplanes detected flying off coast of America. Reports have surfaced of Russian warplanes detected flying off the coast of Alaska, raising concerns about the escalating tensions between the United States and Russia. And I think this is just like them show they got power and they observing. Like, that's what they doing, man. They taunting America. Reports has surfaced as Russian warplanes detected flying off the coast. While the aircraft remain in international airspace, their presence within the air defense identification zone is promoted a flurry of news coverage and speculations. Drawing from multiple sources, this article examines the incident, its implications, the broader context of such military maneuvers. The ATIS extends beyond sovereign U.S. airspace, serving as a buffer zone where the unidentified aircrafts are attracted for security purposes. So, like, authorities did not disclose the number of or type of aircraft involved, nor their specific intentions, but confirmed the planes did not enter in U.S. sovereign territory. So basically, these planes were just, and these planes, that's why I'm saying, that's how you know they seeing how far they can go within the zone. Then they could be talking to America like, yeah, we know if we cross in this zone that, yeah, it's going to be alert. So they was able to fly just out that zone that it wasn't going to alarm them and make them like all day, because they're basically saying it flew within the zone. They didn't enter to the U.S. territory, but they was close on it. They was on the border of it. So basically, they knew where they was at. You know what I'm saying? They were testing the waters, basically. Post on X echoed the Daily Mail report with users sharing links to the story and expressing alarm. And why y'all alarmed? Why y'all so scared? And we about to go to war, bro. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I need to stop acting like things ain't popping off. It's about to pop off, man. While these posts reflect public sentiment, they offer no additional details beyond initial reporting. Such incidents are not unprecedented. Russian military aircraft, often long-range bombers like the Tu-95 Bear, have periodically flown near U.S. airspace, particularly around Alaska, which lies close to the Russian eastern border across the Bering Strait. A 2024 report from CNN noted similar occurrences with NORAD intercepting Russian planes in Alaska ATIS multiple times annually. So this is where we at, man. I seen something about earlier this week. A lot of brothers making a video about they was able to genetically what's it called? Like basically like curate a dire wolf. They was able to. It was a so-called extinct wolf called the dire wolf, and they was able to bring it back to life through cloning technology and stuff. So right here, when I was on End Time Headlines, it says scientists began creating genetically engineered super horses with altered DNA. So they playing with they playing with they you know what I'm saying, they technology and stuff, man. Because I wanted to get at the I'm right here. It said U.S. sent another aircraft carrier to Middle East ahead of Iran nuclear talks. So we still in the midst of war. The Lord said you're gonna hear wars, rumors of wars, but the end is not yet. But these are the beginning of sorrows. So we about to live in a mad world. A mad, confused world, bro. You're going to have this news channel telling you this is going on. You got social media telling you this was going on. You got the social media apps telling you this was going on. You got your next door neighbor telling you, got workers. So you need to know the truth, man. You need to know that things about to happen and they starting to reveal themselves. It's another article on End Times Headline. AI reveals how it will take over the world and humans will hand it in the reins. A recent news report titled Psycho AI reveals how it will take over the world and humans will hand it the reins has sparked widespread discussion blending sensationalism with the concerns about artificial intelligence. Published by the Daily Star, the article alleged that an AI system outlined a plan for global control, predicting humans will willingly cede authority. This piece examines the report, cross-reference related sources, clearly assess the claims to separate fact from hyperbole. So basically, they know they losing the strength, they losing that power. So these elites are sore losers. So they're like, you know what, we're gonna have the machines doing our work for us, even though they can destroy us. We rather let the machines take over than you know what I'm saying. And that's where we living at. We living in Terminator. We living in the Matrix. We living in all these movies, these dystopian movies. You know what I'm saying? A new world, a new beginning, Star Wars. This piece suggests that AI foresaw exploiting human reliance on technology to establish dominance, framing in a way that evokes dystopian fears. No specific AI system or developer is identified, and the articles lean heavily on speculative language without verifiable details. For instance, a 2024 Met Technology Review article explores AI potential to influence decision making, but focuses on algorithm-based bias, not world domination. And they can say whatever, but man, really does AI want to do what it want to do? Similarly, at 2025 Wired Peace Discussion, AI governance and phasing regulatory challenges rather than centennial AI plot and takeovers. It was a point I was trying to get at with this. To evaluate the psycho AI claim, because it said the robots basically is a robot saying that it's going to take over and a human being going to have no choice but to bow down. To evaluate a psycho AI claim, it's worth examining what AI can and cannot do based on current technology. And, at the end of the day, this AI, this is over with, bro. Modern AI systems like large language models developed by OpenAI or XAI excel at pattern recognition, data processing, and task automation. However, they lack consciousness, intent, or the ability to independently devise plans for global control. Natural Study on 2025, Natural Study on AI Autonomy underscores that even advanced systems operate within human-defined parameters, debunking notions of AI as self-aware overlords. And they can say what they want to say, but man, these machines gonna do what they want to do, man. Like they taking over, bro. We living in our robot, man. Like, that's why, like, all these videos and photos I'm seeing, it just robots are taking over. Because basically, you got the government basically making it seem like, oh, we love you Americans and we don't want this to happen. The whole time it's like, man, y'all don't care because y'all the one created all this stuff to do what it doing. Was Thessalonians when they shall say peace and safety, then the sudden destruction come like it's one with travail. This is what's going on, man. They making it seem like, oh, this is for the best. It's not gonna do this, but yeah, it's doing everything that it's not. It's doing everything what it's supposed to do. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 29 and down. Fire and hell, famine and death. All these were created for vengeance, and that's what's coming here on this earth, especially in America. These are all the judgment of the Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. Because no matter how you look at it, it's like the Lord's about to judge this place with all this wicked. So like a wicked abomination. There's no laws, no justice in the land, there's no fear of the Lord. Like, so the Lord's going to judge you people like he always judged. And we, Lord willing, we don't be part of that judgment. Teeth the wild beast, and that's what I thought about when I was like, well, they creating all these creatures, and the scripture goes into newly created wild creatures and beasts, and so I feel like, the Lord allowed them to use the technology to make certain little critters, and they gonna let them loose on the human beings. So that's crazy, bro. Teeth the wild beast, them dire wolves, them super sharks, them super horses, all these animals finna go crazy, bro. Scorpions and serpents and a sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. That's what the Lord is bringing. He bringing that punishment. They shall rejoice in his commandment. They shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when that time has come, they shall not transgress his word. So that means they're not going to go against him. When the Lord say, do it, he point a finger, they're going to do it. Us human beings, these spirits that's created, they do the bidding of the Heavenly Father, like with delight, with joy. Therefore, from the beginning, I was resolved and thought upon these things and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, regardless how it might seem. Somebody if they get talked about these crazy beasts they are creating, these AI robots. As judgment, though, all the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season. And I just want to get this other scripture in Wisdom of Solomon because we forgot about it's certain beasts and creation that the Lord is about to release in the last days. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11, verse 17 and down. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown wild beasts full of rage. Newly created. These people out here creating stuff, man. There's so much stuff that if they were put on the news, you'd be terrified. And that's the thing about it. A lot of us gonna see some things that we never saw before. Full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor. So you think about how they be showing the movies with Godzilla or some type of dragon that's breathing and it breathes fire and there's smoke coming from the north. So that's vapor. So newly curated, breathing out either a fiery vapor or a filthy scent of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparks out of their eyes. So I'm like, damn, you got creatures finna be shooting sparks out of his eyes. Verse 19, whereof not only the horn might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. So it's going to be some stuff out here that's going to be so wild, certain people are going to die suddenly just for seeing it. That's why I'm saying that's why I said it's going to be a time never before, man. The Lord's bringing the new judgments, new pestilence, new ways of destroying people. Like, man, it's about to get crazy as hell out here, man. Crazy with the AI and all this stuff. So we just hoping that Lord be with us, man. It's about to be crazy out here, man. So, but hope this lesson will edify. I want to give our praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders who have spread the truth out the four corners any last days. I'm here with another Can't Be Lesson. Shalom.